going?
We're just taking a break. We're relaxing. We're going to talk about the hammock chair, which is what Mike's in. And in a little bit, we're going to talk about a giveaway. But first, if you don't have a hammock chair in your pack, we recommend them because it's obvious, you know, we got them. I've got mine right here. We're going to set up in a second to kind of show you a couple different scenarios. But a hammock chair is great. It's very comfortable. Obviously, you can set it up just like a regular hammock. And you can also set it up with the same suspension that you have on your sleeping hammock. But we'll get to that in a second. Talk to him about the hammock chair.
Well, mine, I'm thinking about moving from this one to another one. We're actually thinking about later on down the road, now this is a little ways down the road, turning this one into a dog bed for my dog to go camping with us. But this is made out of sport nylon, which is a little thicker, a little more, I guess you would say durable. It's a little heavier, and it also doesn't pack as light. But you know, we made mine before we made Steve's, so this is what we made it out of before we got to the ripstock. I love this thing. I mean, as you can tell, mine's going to be a little longer. You'll see Steve's there in a minute. Mine's going to be a little longer than his. I'm a little taller than him. I'm a little bigger boy than he is. But this is a quick setup. You just throw it up. You're ready to go. I like it better than getting in my sleeping hammock because I can get this one dirty. I can have my feet up here and all that. And it's not really that big of a deal because I'm not sleeping in it all night. And as you'll see a little later, this makes a great little gear storage while you're sleeping in your hammock. You can have this hanging beside you with all your gear that you need for the night, and then all you have to do, in my case, is unzip the bug net, and it's right there beside you. In Steve's case, he's probably going to engulf his hammock chair with his roundabout bug net, because mine's sewn into my hammock, but his just goes around the hammock. He'll probably engulf both of them, and that way he doesn't have to unzip it in the night. He'll eventually have to unzip it because he has to go to the bathroom all the time like an old man. But
no, I won't have to unzip it. The bug net will be right here. For my bug net, I've got the Eno bug net, and it engulfs, like he said, it engulfs my whole setup. It'll engulf my hammock and my underquilt, and of course me in it. And I'm also going to bring my hammock chair inside as well. I think I haven't decided that yet. But the hammock chair, deployed as what I'm going to call a closet, is going to hold all my gear. I don't really need a whole lot of it during the night, so I may have it on the outside of the bug net. But we'll figure that out later.
As you can see, it's pretty much hung just the same way as a regular hammock. We've got mine hung in between these two trees. We've got his hung here. And in a minute, we're actually going to show you how to hang two of them by the same tree huggers, and that way you don't have to take extra tree huggers. We don't like to take any extra weight, and so if we can put both of these hammocks on the same tree huggers with our we'll show you in a minute, our toggles are actually just sticks we found in the wood, because it don't really need to be any more durable than that, and it's less weight that you have to carry because all you do is just find it when you get there. We're going to go ahead and set this one up and kind of show you what's going on with it, and then we'll go from there. And we've also got to talk about the contest giveaway that we're planning on doing once we get done with the setting it up and showing you why we like to have our hammock chair.
All right, all of the hammock chairs that I make, the stuff stack is built into them, so you don't have to worry about it, kind of like the Eno is there. And the one I did on Mike's, the stuff sack is sewn into it, so one, when you're in it, if you want to, you just turn it inside out and you got a pocket for your stuff, which does come in handy. And then when you're ready to put it up, actually it puts it up this way, nope, puts it up this way, you just start stuffing it in here, and when everything is in here, the cord will get it, yeah, it'll do what it's supposed to do. I'm tired.
Cord will draw it up.
Cord will draw it up. Now, on this bag, I tried an experiment with shock cord inside. See that? And it is a pain to get in and out, so I may redo that. But with your hammock already set up, you've got your tree huggers and you've got your toggle. You just use your existing setup for your hammock chair. Whoopee sling, you got to make sure it goes over the knot, not the toggle. And this just comes out. Oops, this one I didn't sew into it, or it came out. I need to fix that. I didn't mean to lie to you folks, just an oversight. Now, the hammock chairs are typically, as you can see, a little bit shorter, so you just got to figure out which end your head's going to be and which end is going to be the functioning end, and then just draw the string up to where you've got most of that in there on that side for it. And if you've got enough distance between the trees, once we get it deployed as a closet, you'll understand what I'm saying. So right now, I'm just going to use it as a hammock chair. So it's going to be a little bit lower than that. I need to be a little bit higher because I'm going to be off the ground. We didn't set it up, but my rain fly would actually be up in this area. And for where I'm sleeping, the rain fly will come all the way down like it normally will. But when I'm using this, when I'm sitting in my hammock chair, I'll just pull the string off of the stakes and let the rain fly either dangle between me and the hammock, or I may just flip it over. It's not that difficult to get the other hammock out of the way. You just reach behind you and push it all out of the way. Then you settle in for a nice, comfortable afternoon. Okay? So you're sitting there relaxing while everybody else is on the ground, or sitting in their heavy camp chairs that they brought with them. Even though there's some light, good camp chairs out there that you can pack in, this is so much lighter.
And we'll do a review on some camp chairs that we take in comparison to the hammock chairs eventually.
In fact, I've got one that my mother bought me for Christmas that I have used. It's great. It's very light. It's aluminum. Sits on the outside of the pack. It works great. But I just happen to like this one for backpacking. Now, when I'm ready to go to bed, okay, so we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back on track. And like I said, you string it up pretty high when you're just lounging around in the campsite, enjoying the fire. But when you're ready to go to sleep, you just lower it. With your whoopee slings, it's so easy.
Which, I mean, really it needs to be about level, if not even a little lower than what your actual hammock setup is.
Bingo.
Because you want to be able to reach down to get your stuff, not have to reach up and guess what you're touching.
So that's too low, because when I put the pack in, it's going to be a little stretchy factor involved. There's that. Then just come over here and get your pack. Now this is a full pack. Normally I wouldn't be this full, but you'll get the idea of how much stuff you can put in these hammock chairs. Obviously if it'll hold a human, it'll hold a pack. And there you go. Now, right here you'll see that my ground cloth wouldn't be here. Inside here's my stakes and my rain fly. That will all be deployed.
Food.
Other stuff in here that won't be in here, but
food and personal items that you don't have, you know, that you're actually going to bed and you're not using anymore, or even if you think you might use it, you need to hang it because there's bears out there and they can smell anything.
Yeah, anything with a smell, toothpaste, whatever, you need to hang it with your food pack.
So all that stuff will not be in his pack, so that's even more additional stuff that won't be. And as you can see, we're getting a pretty good little brisk wind. This won't really have as much of an effect when we have the rain fly up. The wind won't be blowing like this, at least inside our hammock cavity.
So then once you get settled and you get in, I don't want to put my feet in there because I do sleep in this thing. But once you're in your hammock, you're comfortable. If you need something out of your pack, it's here. But typically at night, I don't really get into my pack much. This is just to keep the pack out of the rain, the morning dew, keep any critters from crawling around on it. It's just to keep it off the ground. That's my personal preference of keeping. Some people just put their pack underneath them on the ground cloth. I just like to keep it in here because the hammock chair is already deployed from sitting around in it all night, sitting around the campfire talking. So why not just put the pack in it? Now, in the past, it won't be this type of situation where it keeps bumping into me because of the fact that it won't be this full. I may even raise it up a little. So it's all up to where you like it. You can have it lower or higher. It's up to you. But the bottom line is, the hammock chair is a great accessory to have. You can use your existing suspension, and there you go.
So the contest, the deal with that is the first 25 subscribers, which we've already got about, I think, 14 or 15 because we just started out. The first 25 subscribers, we're going to take those names and we're going to put them in a hat, and we're going to draw out, we'll do a video while we're doing it, and we're going to draw out a name, and we're going to send you out a couple of paracord bracelets.
One person will get 2 paracord bracelets.
Right. One of them is going to have a clip on it, and then the other one we're going to do a bubble knot at the end, so you have your personal preference on which one you like, which one you want to give your girlfriend, which one you want to put around your dog's neck, whatever you want to do with it.
I ain't making one that big.
Well,
depends on how big of a dog you have.
You might have a really, really small dog.
If you got one of them little old tiny dogs like a Pomeranian, is just skin and fur, it might fit. But anything
anyway,
bigger than that, it won't fit.
That was just a joke. But anyway, he doesn't get the jokes. He's an old man.
Well, I get the jokes when they're funny. Anyhow.
First 50 people, so the people that are the first 25 are also going to get a chance to win this, so that gives you 2 chances if you subscribe before 25. We're going to send out 2 full sets of koozies. That's going to be a meal koozie from one of our other videos that you'll see on here, which is a Mountain House meal koozie is what I call it. You're going to have an oatmeal koozie, which is for taking, your freezer bag and putting your oatmeal in it and keeping your oatmeal warm. And then we're also going to send out a Nalgene koozie that we're going to fit to a standard Nalgene, so it'll be functional for whoever has a standard Nalgene bottle.
You're going to get 2 of each of those, 2 Nalgene, 2 oatmeal, and 2 Mountain House.
One for you and your buddy.
That's right.
And we'll do a drawing for that too.
Now, just so we're clear, the first 25, we're going to do a drawing of those 25 for the 2 paracord bracelets, and then when we reach the 50 subscription mark, we're going to include all 50 of you for the drawing for the 2 koozies.
Excluding the person that won the paracord, because we're not going to allow you to win.
If you won the paracord bracelet, you're not winning anything else. We love you, but we got to be fair. At the 100 subscription mark, all 100 will be eligible for this drawing. Don't say nothing. Which will include the first 25. So the first 25, if you didn't win the first time, you'll be included in the next one. And then those 50 will be included in the next 50. So if you're late in subscribing, you're only going to get shot at 2 or 1 of those prizes. What are we going to give them at the 100 subscription mark?
100 subscription mark, we're going to make a hammock chair. Straight out of the rip nylon.
This is not 1.1 ounce. I forget the ounce, but the 1.1 ounce I believe is a little thin for that. But if you want 1.1, we'll communicate and we'll make it out of the 1.1 ripstop.
So we're going to make this, and we're also going to, it's going to be a custom one. We're going to actually put, we're actually going to embroider our logo on it.
You will be the first one to get our logo on any product.
First one to get our logo on any product. We're actually, we would like some comments and just general interest levels. If you would just comment below. We would like to know, we're actually considering getting some of this sport nylon and making some flags that you can hang on the suspension of your hammock with our logo on it.
The first 10 of those that want those, if you'll fly them, we'll ship them to you for free. But after the first 10, if we got a big enough response, we're going to start charging. But the first 10 we'll do for free.
And that is if you'll fly them. And then what we're going to do is, once we start making these, if there is enough of a demand for them, once we start making these, we're going to take the first 100 people that order them, and we're going to ask you to send us in a picture with you flying our flag. If you fly our flag and you take a picture, we're going to have a competition with the bosses, which is my significant other and his wife, and we're going to let them choose which picture they like the best. So be creative, you know, take a picture of you in certain situations when you're camping and all that, flying the flag, and we're going to take the best one out of that, and we're going to build you a custom-made hammock. You're going to send us your size, your weight, your height, and we'll make you a custom-made hammock, once again with our logo on it. So that's a few contests that we have coming up, and we would really like to push up the subscriptions and get people to where they're more informed about hammock camping, and we'd really like to be one of the sources that you actually go to for suggestions when you're hammock camping. So if you will, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll start doing the contest as soon as we start getting enough subscriptions.
So once again, we appreciate everybody's support, and whenever you're getting ready to go out, there's only one thing you need to remember. Plan right, pack light.